In an industry built on precision, charisma, and the relentless pursuit of perfection, Jin of BTS stands out not just for his stunning visuals or vocal power, but for something far more rare: his heart. It's easy to call someone talented or famous when they've performed at stadiums, top charts, and broken records, but to be adored for being kind, humble, and sincerely good is a different kind of achievement altogether. Jin doesn't just win hearts, he keeps them. From the very beginning of BTS's journey, Jin's role has been misunderstood by many. While some fixated on his worldwide handsome nickname and assumed vanity, those who looked closer saw something different. Behind the polished image was someone who stayed behind after rehearsals to help the staff, who carried snacks to share with the team during grueling shoots, who comforted younger members when the pressure became too much. While other idols might have leaned into the spotlight, Jin often stepped back to let others shine. And somehow, that made him glow even brighter. His humility isn't performative. It isn't part of a PR-crafted brand. It shows up in quiet gestures, the way he bows deeply to fans even after a 3-hour concert, the way he responds to fan letters with genuine gratitude, the way he once spent his birthday cooking for the entire team rather than being the one celebrated. These aren't headlines. They're the kind of everyday kindnesses that build a legacy not just in music, but in people's lives. Jin's greatness lies not just in his ability to sing live under pressure or carry a variety show with his offbeat humor, but in how he chooses to carry his fame. He doesn't see himself as above anyone else. Whether he's joking with fans on Weverse, thanking airport security with a smile, or reminding his members to eat well, Jin constantly shows that success hasn't changed his core, it's only revealed it. And while countless idols impress with their talents, it's Jin's sincerity that keeps people coming back. He doesn't need scandals, controversies, or theatrics to stay relevant. His artistry speaks for itself, but it's his personality, his grounded, compassionate, unshakably humble nature, that makes people say, "This is someone I trust. This is someone I admire." So why does Jin deserve to be called the most remarkable and humble idol of this generation? Because he proves every single day that you can be extraordinary without acting like you're better than anyone. In a world of noise, Jin is a quiet kind of powerful. And that's the kind of greatness that doesn't fade, it only grows. Even when Jin returned from military service, a moment where most celebrities would bask in glory and media attention, he greeted fans not with grandiosity, but with genuine warmth and modesty. He spoke not of how much he endured, but of how much he missed ARMY. Instead of highlighting his achievements, he chose to celebrate the people who supported him. That simple act spoke volumes. It reminded everyone that Jin isn't just an idol performing on stage. He's a person, deeply aware of the connection between himself and the millions who look up to him. His relationships within BTS also highlight this rare quality. Jin has often been the emotional anchor of the group, the one who checks in on others when no one's watching. He teases, yes, but with affection. He leads, not with authority, but with empathy. There's a reason the younger members trust him so much. He doesn't demand respect, he earns it. He's the kind of elder brother every group needs, someone who carries responsibility with laughter, who gives advice without pride, and who shows that vulnerability is strength, not weakness. On stage, his presence is commanding. His vocals have matured into something rich and captivating, and his solo performances have stunned audiences from Los Angeles to Seoul. Yet, Jin never uses that as an excuse to put himself above anyone else. Even when a crowd of 20,000 is chanting his name, he never forgets to point back at them and say, "This is all because of you." He doesn't pretend that success was inevitable or that fame defines him. He continues to show gratitude as if he's still the same trainee hoping to debut. That authenticity is what makes him unforgettable in a culture where being the best is often reduced to sales, followers, and flashy headlines. Jin redefines greatness with softness, patience, and sincerity. He's not loud about his impact, but it's deep. He may not always be the first to speak, but when he does, people listen. Because what he says and how he lives matters. At the end of the day, Jin BTS isn't just an idol. He's a reminder that being human is the most powerful performance of all. He doesn't just inspire admiration, he inspires us to be better people. And in the ever-spinning world of K-pop, where stars rise and fall, Jin's legacy shines steadily, not just because of his talent, but because of his heart. ChatGPT belong. Even now, as the world watches BTS transition through new chapters, solo activities, military service, and personal growth, it's Jin who serves as a constant. There's comfort in knowing that no matter where his path leads, his principles remain unchanged. Fans don't just follow Jin for music updates or viral moments. They follow him for emotional reassurance, for the unwavering decency he brings to an industry often ruled by image and ambition. His mere presence is a statement that success and sincerity can coexist, and that fame, when handled with humility, can become a tool for healing. Take, for example, how Jin continues to show up for others even during his personal downtime. After his discharge from the military, instead of immediately launching a massive comeback campaign, he quietly appeared at BTS events, supported fellow members' releases, and interacted with fans in the most heartfelt way, on their level, with no pretense. His reunion with ARMY wasn't a spectacle, it was a homecoming. He didn't need fireworks or flashy press. He just needed to say, "I missed you." And somehow, that meant more than any choreographed performance ever could. There's something profoundly rare about that kind of simplicity. It's the kind of emotional intelligence that can't be trained or scripted. Jin has mastered the delicate balance between being a global superstar and remaining incredibly human. In interviews, he doesn't shy away from talking about insecurities or fears. In fan interactions, he doesn't build walls, he breaks them down. He shares jokes, life reflections, and sometimes even tears, not as a performer, but as someone who deeply values shared emotion, and perhaps that's why he resonates across generations, across cultures, across borders. Jin isn't trying to be anyone's fantasy. He's offering something real in a world full of facades. Where some idols carefully curate their public personas to stay on brand, Jin's brand is authenticity. There's no line between Seokjin the person and Jin the performer, and that transparency is disarmingly powerful. It gives people permission to embrace their own imperfections, to lead with kindness, to not see vulnerability as weakness, but as connection. It's easy to get lost in the numbers, album sales, digital streams, social media followers, but the true measure of Jin's impact isn't in the data. It's in the letters fans write him about how his presence helped them through depression. It's in the quiet tributes people leave at BTS exhibitions, thanking him for saving their lives. It's in the way his laugh becomes the soundtrack to someone's healing. That's not just fame, it's legacy. And his artistry? It's evolving just like him. As a solo artist, Jin has already proven that his musical voice is distinct. The Astronaut wasn't just a debut, it was a declaration. It was soft, cosmic, emotional, and deeply Jin. No theatrics, no overselling, just sincere storytelling through melody. And it left an imprint because it wasn't trying to impress, it was trying to connect. That's what makes Jin timeless. He doesn't chase trends, he tells truths as BTS moves into their next era. With reunions on the horizon and new creative ventures in the works, Jin remains a pillar. Not because he's loudest or flashiest, but because he's steadfast. He shows that being emotionally present is just as important as being musically gifted. That you can lead without dominating. That you can be adored without asking for it. That you can be extraordinary while still choosing to be gentle. To witness Jin is to witness someone who never lost his way in a world designed to disorient. He kept his feet on the ground even as his name lit up stadiums. And that groundedness, that soft strength, is what makes him unforgettable in the decades to come. When people look back on the cultural phenomenon that was BTS, Jin's name will echo not just in charts or award lists, but in hearts. Because he didn't just make history, he made people feel seen, heard, and loved.